What up, peeps? Anxiety Joe, day 76. Um, got up this morning, 3 a.m., went to work, worked from like 4 to 11, and was back home by 11, 10 after 11, something like that in the morning. So that was cool. I mean, weekends we don't go as hard, so it was a little bit easier of a day. And got a shower and buzzed my head and shaved and all that stuff that needed to be done. And really, I've been today has been like focusing, uh, really focusing on getting back to the basics again. With like I meditated for like over an hour and have been reading and watching um, teachings about consciousness and about being your higher consciousness, your awareness, and all that stuff that I've talked about so many times. But I felt it was important for me because I started to feel it. I started to feel it and see it. I start getting under the crunch of money, of working my ass off so many hours and trying to make sure I pay this bill and that bill and start working like a nut and my back starts hurting and not taking care of myself. And this is like always I revert back to the person again. I revert back to Joe the person, the worker, the the guy that's got to pay his bills and worry about the bills and all that stuff all the time. And I hate that. I never liked being that guy, and now I'm able to start. I'm able to get only so far till I'm like, no, 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 no. I've learned now. Like, I am, far from enlightened, but awake enough to know now that I, the true self, the heart, the soul, am more than that, and I'm more than my story, my past, and I'm more than my whatever Joe the Eagles fan who lives in an apartment and pays bills and goes to work. Like, I'm a lot more than that. We all are. We all are. And I think, um, I when I made this discovery for myself, I mean, I'm there's a lot of people that refuse to believe that, and they identify solely with their ego and I am the self. I am myself is an ego, and that is it. And I hope you understand that when I say ego, and that when they speak of ego and all, it's not ego like, oh, I am so great and not like that. It's the two selves is what I'm saying. It's the the ego self that and I broke this down before, but the ego self is the me. I am the person. I am the you know identifying with your gender, your race, your name, your wherever you are in society and all that surface level crap. And then there's the true self. This is what I've come to believe, and this is what I've has come to help me. Um, I mean, I unbelievably like there's no words for it because when I start slipping into that cycle of here I go, like what's the point to life? I'm just working all the time and still don't have money because I'm climbing out of bills. Like I handed my uh, hand over 285 hours for one thing, 265 hours for the other thing. Got 25 hours of groceries for the week, and I got $3 in my pocket till next Friday. Like I'm broke, and it's like, and by the way, I've been Doing pretty damn good with the cigarettes so far. This is like day 3 or 4 with the patch, wearing the patch. And the first day I smoked a full pack, and then the second day was a little less, and now I'm down to about 8 cigarettes a day. And there ain't nothing like being broke to help out too. Shit, that's gonna help me not, because at the end of the day, I mean, it's just stupid and horrible. Now that I'm aware enough to see my stupidities and my like cycles that my ego person continually has put my true self through these cycles over and over and over again in my life. As I do it, as I poison myself, whether it be from shitty thinking or being judgmental or just being an ignorant dick or being miserable or thinking that, I'm not good enough, or go from that to I'm gonna I'm gonna smoke a million cigarettes and then go back to you know sh- doing freaking heroin and whatever it might be. I'm at the point in my life where I'm more I'm aware now, and you know I'm not going to allow the person to take the wheel in this thing anymore, because I know where that goes. And not only that, it's first and foremost actually because it's not the way to happiness. I know that by now because I've tried it about 5,000 times, letting the person drive, and it crashes me into a tree every time. So, um, like I mentioned in one of the other clips, like my boss already had me on like 7 days a week schedule and all, because I did tell him in the beginning, yeah, I do want to work overtime and all that. Well, like 7 days a week, like no, dude, no, it don't leave me time for my mission. Like this mission I'm on, what, and part of it is doing the YouTube videos. This is a check-in. It's something small and stupid, and at this point, it feels like so, like, oh god, day 76, and like it's like Jesus. Well, I should have just made it 60 days or 90 days or whatever. I hear my mind telling me that sometimes, but there's a point to it. And the point is to hold myself accountable and to do even a small thing. If I can do it for a year, then it's something that I said I would do, and I stuck to my guns and I did it. And so far, so good. And hopefully, not hopefully, I mean, there should be no reason why I can't continue that. I can't find 5 to 10 minutes a day to sometimes it's 15 minutes, sometimes it's 2 minutes, depending on what's going on. But there's no reason for me not to find that time. But the bottom line is like, there's no happiness in falling into that routine that um, society has set up for us to fall into. Work, pay the bills, watch sports, be distracted, go buy things, don't have any money, work more, pay more bills, fall in more debt. Like, you know, in this last meditation that I just got done doing a few minutes ago, like it was a really good one, because I haven't had a lot of time lately. I've been doing quick ones, or even a couple days ago, I missed the first time in like 5 months or whatever. This one was such a good one because I fell in such a deep state of meditation. Like it occurred to me, you know, and they always talk about, the master Moji that I really follow the most always talks about, this cannot go away. This is not something you go get or hold on to or go find. It's always there. It's always in you. That is who you truly are, is your heart and your soul. And the meditation helps you bring you there so you can feel it and see it and quiet your mind. and like quiet your mind from obsessively running your life and telling you what to do next and what you should have done before and blah 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 blah. The mind never runs out of shit to say. So it's really, at least for me, it's been so beneficial to just tell the mind to be quiet nicely, nicely. Hey, it started out saying shut the fuck up, but eventually, and as you learn, it's learning how to be kinder to yourself is part of it. And so as the thoughts come and they pass, that it's fine. But it just occurred to me while I was meditating, like, you know, the lights can go off and I'll be fine. I can lose this place and I'll be fine. I could lose my car, I'll be fine. I could lose my job and I'll be fine. I always find a way. Somehow we always do, all of us. We all always find a way to be fine, be okay. But yet, there's always this fear and this anxiety that drives this thing that says, we have to keep grinding and grinding and grinding and grinding. And that's not to say I'm just gonna, you know what, fuck everything, and I'm just gonna lay around and meditate all day. No, I'm not gonna do that. Um, Still gonna keep working my ass off, still do my thing. But like I told my boss, I'm not interested in working tons of hours like that. I need time. Like actually, I have off tomorrow. He gave me tomorrow off after our little talk, and told me he's gonna bump me up with some more money, which means that, and that's the ultimate goal is to start making enough money to where I don't have to work a million hours a week. So, but you know, I'm I need to make sure, and I saw myself straying off for like a week there of just work, thinking about work once I'm home, preparing for work, driving into work, you know, going from one job to the next, thinking about that job, and then being like, where's my mind been? Where's my heart been and my soul? And starting to get frustrated with traffic and, all that after hours and hours on the road. And it's like, oh, I've been slacking on this area of my life. I've been letting this slip, and it can't happen. So, it was like an hour and 10 minutes. I just was like in that bitch, back in my state, in my meditative state, with myself, my true self, talking to myself, reminding myself that, you know, there's more to life than that, and all this shit. It's such a freeing feeling. I can't stress this enough to people that could benefit from meditation. It's such a freeing feeling, like your heart just, the fear and the anxiety and the stress and the go 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 go, it just melts away. And different times of the day, the more you do it, the more you can apply it throughout waking, living regular life too. And as long as you're practicing it on the regular and really trying to do something with it, you can really master it like that. I'm nowhere near that, but I get little flashes of that. And throughout the day, I get little things where and I've mentioned this before, where my awareness catches me straying off into the future or back in the past, or whatever. So I don't know. I just it's just something I wanted to talk about today, and because it was important, and it is important. It's been a life changing thing for me, and it's helped open my eyes to everything in life and the truth behind everything in life. And um, it's been great, and I am I am incredibly grateful for what I have and where I am in life, and to be single and alone and have this time to where I don't have little kids that depend on me and I don't have a family that depends on me always to provide and all that, to where I can actually reboot and take this time. If it takes, it's been like, I don't know, however long, and if it takes another 8 months, 9 months, or a year or 2 years, I don't know how long this is going to take until I cut through these demons inside, face them enough times until, I learn how to completely um, use love and just be content in my life without sliding back and then catching myself and sliding back and catching myself. Um, I'm just, we're all different individuals. We're all wired differently, and this is just something that's really helped me. So I will continue down this path. And I know things will either fall out of my life that were supposed to or come into my life that were supposed to, as long as I keep following this path and actually have the balls to keep going and not just attached to a person or a drug or anything that it just gives me comfort just because it gives me comfort. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm just not doing it. I of course it gets lonely sometimes, but way more often than that now, because of this strength that I've found, thank God, I am quite content being being alone and facing this shit on a daily basis and realizing that this is growth. This is this is called manning the fuck up, and or womaning up if you're a woman, whatever you want to call it, and dealing with it and actually living with it and learning how to address it instead of just clinging to outside things to keep me comfortable and continuing to be a turd. I can't do that anymore, and I won't. So I don't know. That's really what I've been doing today, is really getting on my meditation and in my studies of meditation and of the teachings and stuff like that. And there's so many. Tomorrow I want to go to the library. There's like 8 books that I really want to get out, and hopefully one or two of them will really catch my attention, because that's how books are with me. But wow, this video went way longer than I thought. That's what happens when I start blabbing. But that's it, and everybody have a beautiful Sunday night, and I'll get back with you tomorrow. Peace.